What's up, everybody? It's cold as fuck. I'm hot as fuck. And my head is smoking. I just got done with my shit. I got some things for you. These are some methods of manipulation used daily on everybody. Obfuscation. And, you can look up the direct definition of that, but they confuse things, you know? They use fluffy language and make things appear as they are not. Worldview poisoning is just done primarily through the media and social media with echo chambers of bullshit, flat out lies. Primal fears, which are generally manipulated through the media. Divide and conquer, also through the media, usually through race, class, sex, gender, fucking politics, borders, indoctrination. It's the school system and also, college. And then as you get older, I think indoctrination continues through the media. Controlled opposition to people that you think that are on your side, but they're almost like a gatekeeper. They kind of shuttle you into this cul-de-sac and keep you revolving around to keep you from going all the way, to keep you in one of these weird little camps. Republican, Democrat, whatever. Like one of them weird little camps. You can't just be human about freedom. You gotta be this or that or whatever. It's a fucking joke. The financial system itself. Crypto's a good alternative to that, but problems will also arise from that. I would suggest using things like Monero and privacy coins, but we're not all the way there yet, where you can just use that anywhere and everywhere for any and everything. But if you're gonna do business with your friends and shit, my God, what did you use that shit? The media control. I mean, I think it's like 6 companies that own fucking like 98% of the media in the world. You're talking magazines, newspapers, television stations, yada yada yada. There's hundreds of corporations and businesses, but above them, it's just a select group of people. They all got the same ideas and they all got the same desired outcome for the world, and they hammer this shit out 24/7. They don't take breaks. They are relentless and shameless. Another part of the reason why I do this shit every day is just because I ain't gonna take a break. Why should I? Ain't nobody watching it, but whatever the fuck. Watch my shit. Food and medicine. If you could call it food or medicine. Medicine's supposed to make you well. The shit they got you taking makes you have other symptoms that you need different medicine for, and it's just like maintenance, you know. And then food, fuck. Most of the food that's on grocery store shelves today didn't exist 50 fucking years ago. You're eating fucking trash, and I'm totally fucking guilty of it. Working on it. I understand, but yeah. Just imagine if we all ate what the fuck we was built to eat, and it was available, and didn't cost a fucking fortune. Maybe it don't. I don't know. The illusion of time. Well, time's kind of real though, you know. I would not so much in the sense that everybody thinks of it, but like time is like a currency, a spiritual currency, because you spend time, you invest your time, and you get a return on that time and investment. And I think we've been duped into wasting a lot of our time running that hamster wheel, running that rat race, and then spending the rest of it fucking jerking off, watching TV and shit because you feel like you deserve a break. A lot of people out there ain't even really living a real life. They're doing what they got to do to survive with their job and pay their taxes, and then they go fuck off and watch TV. Like almost everybody I know does that shit, including myself to a certain extent. Bad news. Religion, big form of manipulation. The savior complex. Wait for somebody to save you. Religion can fall into politics too. It's a savior complex too. Ain't nobody gonna save you but yourself. And the people around you in the community, like, you need to get together and squash this shit. Subversive symbolism is very interesting. I'll go into that in further detail for its own little fucking thing. But symbols and colors and sounds all have certain effects on human emotions and the way people think and shit. And people have known this for thousands of years, and that's why you see one of the best examples I can use is like colors that induce like whatever. Red is like fucking stop, and they didn't just make it that way because they wanted it to be that way. It's that way because it works. I ain't got a lot of time for this shit. And then chaos sorcery, 9/11, fucking COVID, bombings and shit, and scare the fuck out of you. So you demand action, and then they already got the solution ready to go, and the solution benefits them, not us, and it furthers their agenda and shit. Accept responsibility for yourself and your actions, thoughts, and words. You alone make choices. You alone are answerable to the consequences of your behavior. The feeble excuse that your boss required it, the establishment expected it, holds no truth or justification, and it don't. Like all the shit you do, it's on you. You don't really get to blame anybody else. Like if you got injected with some shit and it fucked you up, and you say, "Oh, well, my boss, the job required it." Like ultimately, you did have a choice. You did. You could go get a different job. You could find out a different way to make money. You could live like a feral fucking wild animal instead of getting shit injected you don't know nothing about. Nazis and shit. Oh, it's just doing a job. They got hung for that shit because they was doing immoral shit, committing war crimes, and it's no excuse. It's no excuse. Like wrong is wrong, no matter who's doing it. We're saying it. And then Travis Walton, I've come to realize that the biggest problem anywhere in the world is that people's perceptions of reality are compulsively filtered through the screening mesh of what they want and do not want to be true. And I think a lot of that falls into like conspiracy theories and shit. Like there's plenty of evidence out there that points to it all being true, depending on what you're talking about. And you can slap that down in front of people's faces, and because they don't want it to be true, because the implications of it being true shatter their worldview, they view it through a lens of this is bullshit. And the height of ignorance is condemnation without investigation. So a lot of people, you'll say whatever, something about some crazy shit that's going on that you know is true and fucked up, and they'll just parrot some shit that they seen on the fucking news or heard one of their buddies say or whatever the fuck. So don't be condemning shit without investigating it, because it's been my experience. I've heard some really fucked up shit, and like, ain't no way that's true. And I look it up, and it's fucking true. It's almost always true. Look into shit.